back, everyone, to Home Brew at the Movies. This is Taylor.
And this is Phil.
And today we are talking about
Phil's
favorite movie of all time.
That's a little bit of an understatement. Let's.
You're right. Xmen Origins Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to sum it up in 2 words, oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. I did a lot of research for this movie before I watched it.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to get invested in it, you know.
So here's the
immerse
thing
myself.
I
Full
love
immersion.
about this specific movie this time is you and I swap places completely. Because usually I come in, I'm like, all right, here's the budget information. Here's what we got.
Yep, I have all of that.
Yep. And then I watch it Thursday night, right? Because we record on Tuesdays. I watch it Thursday night, and I'll get home, make myself a little dinner, and we'll just sit down with the movie, relax, watch it. And then usually the night of, Taylor's like, hey, I'm almost done with it.
Night before.
X-Men 3?
Okay, that's an exception.
And this time I come in and I saw your notes where you had all that stuff written down. I was like, I didn't even think to look at that stuff.
He just really didn't want to watch this movie.
I did not. I watched it last night at midnight. Or no, what was it? It was probably 9.
Yeah, it was. Come on, give yourself some more credit, man.
Yeah. An actual text that I sent Taylor said, I'm 35 minutes in. I've enjoyed 1 scene and 2 lines and forgotten one of them.
It's funny because you lowered my expectations for this movie so much that it was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
It was better than I remembered it being, and I still hated it.
Yeah. No, it was full disclosure. This movie is a big old bag of trash.
Yeah. It's what we in the business, it's what Taylor and I call a trash bag nothing movie.
Well, this trash bag nothing movie was filmed in 2009. And it was directed by Gavin Hood. Do you know who Gavin Hood is?
No.
Yeah, me neither. And nobody else does either. So, do you know...
Was this his only movie?
No, he has a couple other ones that I don't know about at all. You know who wanted to and could have directed this movie? Bryan Singer, the director of the first 2.
Yeah.
Brett Ratner, the director of the 3rd one.
I'd rather Bryan Singer
Alexandra Aja, I don't know who. The Hills Have Eyes director.
Oh, okay.
Lynn Wiseman, who did Underworld series and Die Hard.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yep. And they were all turned away for Gavin Hood.
Wow.
Well, at least Gavin Hood did his best and did a really good job with this movie, right? Right?
So I never know what part, all the blame should go on. Because I know that, bad screenplay and bad actors can be fixed by a director. Mm-hmm. And, bad directing can be fixed by really good acting and a really good screenplay. You know what I mean? And then, a good screenplay and a good director can fix bad actors. I know the trifecta of how that works. So it's always hard for me to say, oh, this director did bad. Mm-hmm. But in the same vein, I know during 3, you and I did a lot of, wouldn't it be cool if storylines. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what they were going for most of the time. I didn't know what I would change to fix a lot of these scenes.
Well, fun fact. The person who wrote the script for this movie is...
I love you so much.
David Benioff. Do you know who that is?
The name sounds familiar.
He is one of the showrunners for Game of Thrones.
Are you serious?
Yes. 100%.
Huh.
He wrote the script for this with an R rating in mind.
Okay.
This movie is PG-13.
Okay.
So what happened was he wrote the script, and then they were they had this guy named Skip Woods come in and revise and rewrite the whole thing.
What a perfect name for that guy and his job.
So I'm really curious to see how much of the script was changed and how much of it how much it would have been better if it had been David Benioff's original script.
See, the thing I'm looking forward to, and I haven't seen it, but I know Logan was the first one outside of Deadpool to have the R rating.
Oh, did Logan have an R rating?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know the Wolverine has the same director as Logan. And he was pushing for an R rating, but they had to get cut back down to PG-13.
Gotcha.
So it's interesting how long they've been trying to make an R-rated Wolverine movie. You know what I mean?
Because it just fits better.
Yeah.
For his character.
Right, but
especially
at the same time,
his past and everything. I get why.
Yeah. I mean, Deadpool being the first successful R-rated horror movie. Oops. The first successful
horror comedy.
R-rated horror comedy, rom-com action flick.
Right.
I think set a precedent that I really hope gets continued, but after the whole Fox Marvel thing that I could talk about for way longer than we have.
That'll be a separate bonus special. Yeah. Where Phil just is
it's
mad.
Taylor zones out while Phil talks about
100%.
I have a trailer in mind.
Eric can be featured on that one.
Maybe,
with you.
But I have a trailer in mind for the first X-Men movie in the MCU, and it involves I'm just a kid by simple plan, and Scott Summers finding out his powers in a bathroom.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you know what's also really cool about David Benioff?
What do you got?
He based off his original script off of Weapon X stuff from the comics that I looked into a little bit, and a lot of Chris Claremont stories.
Oh, hey.
And I was like, oh, maybe it would have been good if Skip Woods hadn't brought his ass in here and skipped all over that script.
So just be honest with me. If I was like, I'm throwing a get together, are you down? You'd be like, yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But if I was like, I'm inviting my friend Skip Woods,
I'd say I'm gonna skip out on that party.
Oh, would you? Would you?
We're hilarious here at Home Brew with the Movies.
Hi, like, comment, subscribe if that joke did it for you.
This is a star-studded cast, though.
Dude, I saw Liv Schreiber and I was like, oh, I like Liv Schreiber.
Uh-huh.
And then, obviously, Hugh Jackman. And then Mary was in it. What's her name? It's Dominic Monaghan or something. Yeah,
Monaghan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Mary. Hi, Mary.
My favorite. So when I take these bullet point notes, I usually make jokes to myself because that'll help me remember. Mm-hmm. Is during the opening montage, I wrote, Will I Am?
I know.
And then 4 points later, I wrote, Will I Am?
I was like, okay, we have Dominic Monaghan, we have Will I Am, Ryan Reynolds. What's going on? What's going on here?
Oh, come on.
And then I have another actor I want to talk about as we get into the movie.
Okay.
He's in the first scene, so worry not. We'll get there soon. But first and foremost, 20th Century Fox.
I'm so happy you saw this.
I said bottom of the list.
I wrote in capitals, no X fade out.
Earlier in one of our earlier reviews, I said the first movie that doesn't have bottom of the list.
Yep. And how fitting.
So,
because do you remember what I said? I was like, it's gonna be not Origins, and then we're gonna have to like usurp it as the worst.
Well, luckily for you, Phil, this is the worst freaking movie.
Oh my god.
Oh, that worked. That was poetic justice.
Oh boy.
Poetic justice.
You can't write this stuff, folks.
So, 1845.
Isn't
the
like
Northwest Territories of Canada that didn't exist until after 1845. First and foremost. Just so you're aware. I'm really glad I did so much research for this movie because hoo boy. Oh no, it was ho boy, right? 2 words. Ho boy. I broke Phil, guys. I broke him. He's good. So,
how do you?
Well, we'll get to the First Nations myth of the love interest girl later that I have issues with as well. That nobody did any research for this movie. Nobody except for me now.
Oh my god.
So we're in
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we're in the Northwest Territories in Canada in 1845.
Uh-huh.
Because this is actually set in an alternate universe where it's only slightly different. And we see a little kid in a bed who's coughing, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch those music videos that I sent you?
No.
No. You didn't watch those music videos, Phil?
No.
I asked one thing. One thing of you. Well, those music videos were by Troye Sivan. Do you know why I asked you to...
Is that him?
This little kid is Troye Sivan.
Oh.
Who has... Okay, he was a YouTuber who I watched like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And now he's like a big music artist who has like, I think at least one album out. He's like featured with Ariana Grande. And he's like this shitty little 10-year-old kid who I've never heard of doing this before. And it blew my mind. So fun fact, fun little tidbit.
Do you know if he did that
before
or after the YouTube stuff? Like, was that during or when did he start that?
Way before his YouTube stuff.
Okay.
He didn't do that until like his teenage years, like 16 plus.
Oh, gotcha.
So like this was at least like 6 years-ish before.
Okay.
7 years or something. I don't know. I was like, oh my god, it's Troye Sivan. I got really excited. So this little kid is like next to him while he's
sharpening his fingernails.
His nails, and I was like, hello? Who are you? And he's just angrily looking at the kid in the bed. And I don't there's some drama here that we'll probably find out about later in the movie, right?
In like 30 seconds.
Yeah. He's just mad at him, and then wow, I cannot decipher my notes at all. I just said, "LOL, what the fuck?"
Well, because then the like dad comes in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the person who we think is the sick boy's dad comes in and is like taking care of him. And then there's like a crash downstairs and yelling, and everybody but the sick kid goes to like see what's going on, and there's a gunshot, and the sick kid goes to see.
Yep.
And it's the guy who thinks the dad. Yeah.
Yeah, his dad, quotation mark.
Your quotes don't work as well over audio.
What do you mean?
If you know what I mean.
Yep. So he like freaks out, runs downstairs to the body of his dad. And then the guy is like arguing with his mom. The guy who shot him is arguing with his mom. He's like, he has to know the truth.
Yeah.
And little James, little Jimmy boy, little Jimmy James.
Well,
Jimmy James gets real mad.
Yeah.
Something comes out of his hands. It's three sharp bones.
Is that Wolverine? But they called him James, not Logan.
I know. And we'll never find out.
I hate this.
Why they call him Logan later.
Can we just go straight to our rankings?
I mean, yeah, we could, but I have so many good notes, Phil.
All right.
So, straight up bones coming out of his hands. Looks real weird and creepy.
Did you ever see the first Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wrote, bone claws are ready.
Oh my god.
And I had to pause the movie because I made myself laugh a lot.
You nerd. Are we doing the Spider-Man series after this?
Please?
I'd be down. Those are actually like pretty good movies for the most part. Well,
we'll get into this.
Yeah, all right. I guess we are gonna.
Don't tangent me right now because we'll never finish
Stay tuned for like July or August.
Same web time, same web place.
So he like does the Wolverine pose and like arms outstretched, screaming at the sky, pent up 10-year-old rage.
Just runs this guy down.
Yeah, and he just like runs, and this guy can't defend himself against a 10-year-old boy.
He has a shotgun in his hand.
Yeah. But then he stabs him, and we find out he's like, "You killed my father," or something. And he was like, "No, I am your father." And then he goes, "No!" And then he falls down the pit.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, dies. Which was a really unneeded plot point.
Yep.
Because if you take out that sentence, nothing about the movie changes.
Nope.
So it's not needed. Because same thing as you run him down, stab him, and you're like, oh, crap, I gotta go.
Because we literally know...
Run away.
We find
Victor chases you and is like, it's cool. I hated him also.
We find out nothing about his childhood, pretty much.
No.
Like, he was a sickly child. We don't know why.
Right.
Well, his like half brother hates him. We don't know why. His mom cheated on this other dude.
Yeah.
We don't know why, and we don't care. We don't care.
Well, he was sick because you know how it was back in 1845 for the Northwestern Territories of Canada.
Oh, that's true. I've read a lot about that.
Yeah.
In my history books. So automatically after this other kid, Vincent, who's sharpening his claws, finds out.
Victor.
Oh, Vincent?
Victor.
I mean, Victor. Shit. Yep. All right. After Victor finds out, I have that written down.
Did you just say Vincent?
I just said Vincent. He finds out that it's his biological brother. All bad feelings are gone, and he's like, "We're brothers, so we have to stick together."
Did he not know?
No, I don't know.
See, because. No. Obviously, movies are a work of art, and you're able to get different interpretations of. So everybody goes for all this blah 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 disclaimers. So you took it as like the guy was like, he has to know, dies, you're my dad, whatever, and then Vincent's like, oh wait, you're my brother, we're cool now, no hard feelings.
Yes.
See, what I took that as was like Vinny wasn't allowed to like tell Jimmy that like they were brothers, but like he knew and like he hated him because he had the rich lifestyle, even though like it could have been his. Like I got
what
all of
clues do we get for that?
None either way. We don't get any either way. But like he's sitting there like sharpening his knives and is like scowling at the dad, and the dad's like, "Okay, calm down." And then like
we don't even know why this like Victor Vincent child is here. Even like, why is his father down? He's like yelling about his. This whole scene doesn't make any sense. So they run off together, whether he knew or not. He's like, "All right, the truth is revealed.
Yeah,
we're best friends."
Huzzah! And then they learned that the power of friendship was more important, and then roll credits, right?
Also, he calls him little brother, and I'm like, no sibling refers to their sibling as little brother or older. Little bro.
That's exactly bad screenwriting, by the way.
Yeah.
Because if you ever think about how little anybody actually says your name, that's how when you introduce a character, you have to find a way to like make their name known, or later on have it brought up retroactively. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, hey Taylor. Oh, hey Phil. Man, remember that time like your sister freaked out on us because of our secret past?" Like that's just bad screenwriting, right? Which is exactly what this scene is.
Yep, absolutely. It sets the tone real good for this movie.
However, I really like this opening montage.
Oh, I loved it. I wrote that. Oh, well, first my thing was Logan old as heck. I didn't say heck. But we're rated PG-13 here and not R, folks.
Logan rated old as
it was basically it shows Logan and Victor. Sorry, James and Victor. There's a lot of names here. One I created myself.
So I switched over to calling Logan like immediately.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I didn't care about the whole Jimmy thing.
Jimmy James boy. There's no reason for him to have had a different name.
Yeah.
Did he have one in the comics?
I literally could not tell you. I have done very little resurrech into
If it was supposed to be a nod towards that, then give us a better reason of why he changed it to Logan.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
So, you know how he goes, "The Weapon X has been created," and the general looks at me and goes, "It's Roman numerals, 10. Why does he start calling all the other ones numbers? Why is just 10 called Weapon X? Because he's like, "We're going to have to get Weapon 11 ready." And he's like,
"Weapon XI."
"Come on, Zero." Like, it's... Why did you bother calling him X?
You're getting ahead of yourself here. We go through a montage of Victor and James fighting in every war that we could know about. Yep. There's a Civil War. There's the World War I, World War II. Those are all the wars I know about. Oh yeah, and Vietnam. Yep.
So this is where I'm going to bring this up. There's two ways I saw this movie. One was in the theaters with my dad, right? Okay. And then I went over to my friend Marty's house, and he hadn't seen it yet. But I hope statute of limitations or anything. But his mom's friend like got a copy of it. Well, it was still in theaters, right? But there was a big leak of X-Men Origins while it was in production.
Right, I heard about that while I was researching.
It's the same movie with like very stock cinematic graphics, or like there's parts where it's just like gray model number 1 flips over this. Like it's phenomenal. So for this, it was just them like in front of a green screen, like spinning around. It was great. Yeah.
I really want to see this version.
So the fight, spoilers, the fight where Vinny and Jimmy are fighting outside that bar, when it was broad daylight in the version I saw, or that version of it, and when he like hits him over the log pile, it just cut to like a blue background and just 3D objects like spinning.
Wow.
And it was phenomenal.
So we definitely need to drink and watch this version. I don't want to make you sit through that again.
I appreciate you.
We'll give it some time and then we'll do it.
We'll revisit it. Home Brew at the movies 10 years later.
I have a question.
I probably don't have an answer, but
why can both of them, are they both like immortal?
Oh, well, because the mutant gene is passed down through the father. And since they clearly had the same father, they have the same mutant genes. That's why, like, the sisters later on, one has diamond skin and the other one is persuasive.
Has seduction powers. Persuasion powers. And also not that at all in the comics that she was based off of.
I figure. I don't know.
Silver Fox is her character, by the way.
Ooh.
We'll get to her!
I didn't know George Clooney played her. Because he's a Silver Fox.
Alright, yep.
I will can't write this stuff, folks.
Logan's hair got a glow up. Or rather, I guess in the future it glows down. But in this movie, it's a glow up.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Yeah. I was like, nice.
No, I dug it. But see, what's funny is it looked so natural. There was times it like threw me off.
It was so beautiful. It was like way too groomed, though. Yep. I was like, this is...
Well, because, you know, Wolverines are all about, like, ferocity, but style.
Mm-hmm. So as we see them in war, we see, like... Is he supposed to be Sabretooth? Is that his name?
I've always figured it was Sabretooth.
I think I heard that at some point in there.
Did you? I don't know.
I don't know, I guess. But, like, isn't Sabretooth in the first movie?
Mm-hmm.
As an...
Is blonde and not Liv Schreiber. And also...
They interact.
No character drama.
Yep. All right. So anyway, they're in war. We see Victor get like increasingly more like bloodthirsty, basically. Apparently.
Yeah.
For no reason.
He's also about to do some stuff to a girl that was not.
Yes, that was not wholesome at all. Not PG-13.
That was very not PG-13.
No. And then Logan becomes like, no, we can't do that. Blah blah blah. Yeah. And then he stops them in like a village in Vietnam, and they all get like put on a shooting.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
Shooting gallery. Firing squad.
Firing squad. Yeah. They live because they have the same powers, I guess.
That leads into one of the 2 lines I liked.
Okay.
Yeah. So they go through the firing squad thing, and then it cuts to them like in a jail cell, and then someone who's going to reveal themselves as Stryker opens it up, and he's like, you guys were sentenced to death at 1000 hours. How'd that go for you? And he goes, it tickled.
Oh, yeah.
I liked that line.
That was good. There were some nice little zingers in here. That was good. But yeah, so William Stryker's like, I want to set up a special squad.
He's like, elite force. I'm going to get us some kind of Suicide Squad. Are we going to watch that movie next so that...
No. I haven't seen it. And I don't want to.
Yeah.
So, then we flash to them on a plane, a jet, something, helicopter? I don't know.
I think it's a plane.
And we have an elite force.
Yep.
Of people.
All right.
What is it? Is it supposed to replicate, like...
I don't think it's X-Force.
Not X-Force, but something else. I don't know. Deadpool's there.
Yeah.
Pre-pool
Deadpool's there. Yeah.
Pre-pool Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds still. I didn't realize that was the case for this movie when I went into it.
Yeah. I think there was another text I sent you that was like, I forgot about them trying to do Deadpool before Deadpool was able to be Deadpool or something like that. I sent a really confusing...
I got it though, because they like tried to restrain him too.
Yep.
They like... He did not fit the mood of this movie at all. It was real bad. And then we got Mary took underfoot of the Shire. We have what's his face? Agent Zero.
Yeah.
We got Will.i.am
in a cowboy hat
up there. Yep. He's Wraith. That's his name.
Is it?
Will.i.am's character. Yep.
Trust you.
And then there's one other dude who
Blob?
I forgot about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't care about any of these characters.
Yep. Mary can turn off the plane with his mind, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
It seems
gotta see his electric powers. Yeah.
See, that's the thing is there's times in these movies where I'm like, there's mutants that just have it so much better than the others.
For real.
You know what I mean? Like we have Enki who can like write on the page with his hand. And this guy's like, yeah, I don't ever have to pay an electric bill.
True. So what he does later is just fills his whole house with light bulbs.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So they go to a mission in Nigeria, I believe.
Was it Nigeria?
I believe it was in Nigeria. Okay. And they're searching for
I love that you wrote the synopsis because I got none of this.
I'm trying. They're searching for a rock, I guess. Or I guess like goods in general. And then Stryker sees the
So they weren't there specifically for that. He just found it when they got there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, like, they were looking for something, some kind of good or, like, treasure of sorts.
Yeah.
And then they get into the room, and he's like, where did you find this rock thing? And he's like, it's just a
You skipped
rock,
past
dude.
The best scene of this movie.
Did I?
Yeah, where Deadpool uses his katanas.
You're right.
Yeah. That,
Sorry. They're going up an elevator before this, and Deadpool says something witty?
Yeah, something zany, because he's Deadpool.
Something zany.
Yeah.
And he's like, you'd be the perfect soldier if your mouth was shut.
It was either like if we sewed that mouth shut, or if it wasn't for that mouth. It was something really on the nose for what they're gonna do later.
Foreshadowing? No, it couldn't be.
Here's the thing: is remembering where the movie ends. I heard that line and went, "Oh boy."
See, I had no idea. And I just took it.
Was this your first time seeing this movie?
Yes.
Oh.
Although, at the end, I think that maybe I've at least seen like scenes of this movie. Unfortunately. So then he goes up to the rock and is like, "I want this," and he's like, "It's just a like a souvenir, dude. Like, why do you want this?" And he's like, "Tell me where it comes from."
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay,
like, someone
dude,
kill him for me.
Some village, go, God."
Yeah.
And then they go to a village and they harass these poor villagers.
Yeah.
That scene made me really sad. But
did you hear about the cutscene?
No.
So there was a deleted scene with a little girl with white hair in the background of that scene. A little girl named Aloro.
No.
Yeah. There's gonna be a little Storm cameo back there.
No.
Hey, yep.
I'm glad they cut it.
I'm surprised they did with how much other stuff they just threw in.
Yeah, like all of them. We'll get there. We'll get there.
What we tell you about the island?
Oh, also, there was no blood on Deadpool's swords or katanas when.
Well, that scene where he gets shot and he hits the bullet and it hits the guys behind him. That was a practical effect.
Wow.
I'm just saying stuff. I don't know.
Right.
I have very little to say about this movie, so I'm trying to find real or
Bullshit.
not. Real or not, I'm going to interject. Yeah. The storm scene was real though. I'll stop lying. I'm sorry.
Right, thank you. Appreciate that. So they said the meteor rock fell from the sky, and that's all we get from that little plot line.
And then Logan's like, he's telling the truth. It's a meteorite. And they're like, yeah. That's
Thanks.
what we just said.
Stryker wants it. He's about to kill the Nigerian village, and then Logan is like, we can't do this. I can't be a part of this. And he stops them, kind of.
Yeah.
All of the villagers somehow run away, and then...
Even though people have guns by them? Because they were, like, at gunpoint.
Yeah.
And then Sabretooth, like, went to, like, rip someone's jugular out. And then Wolverine's like, hey, we don't do that.
They get in, like, a little scuffle.
Yeah.
And then Logan is like, no, we must not do this. And then stops... I'm just going to call him Sabretooth, because that's what I've been calling him. Stops Sabretooth.
Little Sabby boy.
Sabby boy. Little Vinny boy. And then he's like, I can't be a part of this anymore, and just walks off into the woods.
Yeah.
And they're like, Logan! Logan! And that's it.
Yep.
And that's it. They let him go. Of course, we find out later that was all just a ploy to watch him get comfortable as a lumberjack for 6 years, because now Logan's on a mountain. And there's some cat tractors and bulldozers and all that good stuff, and we find out Logan's found his true calling.
Yeah.
Which is a lumberjack in the Northwestern Territories of Canada.
He's now become Hugh Lumberjackman.
Hugh Lumberjackman. Oh.
I'm really sorry for everybody who was involved in hearing Ed saying that joke.
Me too.
Yeah, so Taylor's going to do the rest of this episode by herself, because I'm going to play myself out.
Bye, Phil. So we see he's with a girl. They're in a cabin.
Yeah.
They're hanging out. She seems nice.
It's a
seems
life.
Like they're doing
she
well.
Like drives him to work, and then like he gets out, and those guys like wait for it.
Oh, that's right.
And then they're like, he has to kiss his smoking hot wife goodbye.
And that's just
he's happily married.
How unmasculine of him.
And he's like, what are you gonna do about the boys?
Classic manliness.
Dude, I just hated how cheesy everything in this scene came off.
Everything. Yeah. Although I'm like, is this just 2009? Is just how everything was?
I can't remember any of the movies that came out around then.
Star Trek 2009 came out.
Oh, you're right. Was
also
was
had
the one
many
with
cheesy
Worf
moments like that.
Where like Worf was on the outside of it. Was it the one with the Borg?
No.
What was the Next Generation movie with the Borg? Oh, you mean like that Star Trek?
No, I mean like the reboot Star Trek.
The reboot Star Trek. That came out in 2009?
2009.
That was the same year as Origins?
Yep.
That is impossible.
2009. Because I was I don't want to age me, but I was obsessed with it. With Star Trek,
like the Chris Pine one?
Yeah.
That was 2009?
2009.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
man, I'm old. That was 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a long time ago. Woo! So, we go to Springfield, Ohio.
You gotta give me a minute. You just shattered my world.
I'm so sorry. Not really, though.
But it took like 4 years for Into Darkness to come out then.
Was it really?
It had to have been, because I thought they were a couple years apart, but I was outside of high school when Into Darkness came out. Huh. Not to age myself. Well.
Well, I couldn't tell you because I did. It must have been a while after because I was not really a fan of the second movie.
Yeah.
Into Darkness.
It was all right.
Yeah. Anyway, Star Trek will be our third series after Spider-Man. So we go to Springfield, Ohio, and we're at a carnival. There's some,
the girl who was with.
She looked real familiar.
She looked really familiar, but I couldn't place why. I was
gonna look into it.
I was hoping you'd be like, "Oh, you don't remember? She's from."
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have time to look it up right now. Yeah. But
can't be bothered.
We'll put it in the comments.
It's probably one of those things where she was a bit part in something different for each of us, so we're not gonna.
Maybe.
If you
or
know.
She was a huge role.
I mean, put it in the comments if you know. I don't know.
So we're at a carnival. Little girl, the girl and her boyfriend, little girl. She's like, what do you do? And he's like, I turn this light on.
I make the light go click, click.
He's like, bet you can't turn it off. And she's like, bet I can. And then she's like, boyfriend, give me money. And then he does. Yeah. And then she can't turn it off. Neither can he.
Like an idiot.
Yeah. God. Can't even turn off a light bulb. How many guys does it take to turn off a light bulb? She's like.
3 guys to watch and 1 mutant? I don't know.
What's the trick here? He's like, no trick, man. It's all real.
No, that is a trick.
Yeah.
That is it's
it's just my life.
Yeah.
He's like freak, and he walks away, and the girlfriend looks longingly behind her.
Yeah. And then the bartender from the first X-Men comes on and goes, I know what you are, freak.
I thought something more was going to happen with this girl because well,
that's the thing. She hung out, I thought she looked so familiar because she came back later. I was like, do I just know her from the rest of this movie and forgot about it?
No, there's no reason for this at all. So, Mary is living his best life at this carnival.
Yeah. And honestly,
he really had a rough time after the whole Helm's Deep battle.
I'm glad he settled down because I don't want anything bad to happen to this character. Mm-hmm. There was those 2 shots where we got a lot of humanization out of him, where the scene in Africa where he looked at Logan.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really concerned about his
or the stuff in the elevator where he turned it back on. The
worst part is that I did care solely because of his role in Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, if that was not Charlie from Lost, I wouldn't have cared.
So, we're hoping for his safety, and then Vinny shows up.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock, knock. And he was like, what, you gonna invite me in? And Dominic Monaghan was like, yeah, dude. And I was like, dude, don't you know the first rule of mutants? If you don't invite them in, they can't come in.
And Beck was like, I've been telling y'all not to invite them in.
And then, dude, Mary died.
Yeah, he got debt.
He got debt.
So
he has a bunch of light bulbs in his house.
I'd like to take a moment to read you the note that I wrote for this scene.
Yeah, of course.
Victor kills Mary. Logan wakes up from a bad dream. His sheets are as shredded as he is.
Oh! Oh no! All of the lights go out at the carnival too. It was good. So he was powering that whole thing.
Well, I mean, you'd save a fortune on it.
I guess. But does he run the whole carnival?
And some mutie was able to just power your carnival? I don't know.
Does he get paid a lot for this?
Well, maybe just when he died, he affected all of it. I don't know. Because I assume he wasn't powering the plane the entire time they were flying.
Maybe he was.
Maybe he was. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
He seems like the most OP character and could have protected himself a lot more from that instance. But sure.
So this girl that we've been saying is familiar is Adelaide Clemens.
Oh, you looked her up?
No, I would never pull out my phone during one of these recordings.
Right.
It
came to you in a dream.
On IMDb, her third most known role is X-Men Origins Wolverine as Carnival Girl.
Oh.
Silent Hill Revelation, she played Heather / Alyssa, and The Great Gatsby, she played Catherine. I don't know if any of that does it for you.
Nope.
Okay, me either.
Cool.
She looks like real familiar though, like something that I see her in off. I don't know. Scrolling through, I didn't see anything.
But
else. Like,
I don't think I know her at all. So, oh well. Moving on.
Wouldn't it be great if IMDb had like "you're thinking of this person" button for each actress? Like,
yeah, how unfortunate. So yeah, Logan wakes up from his bad little dream.
Slumber. Yeah.
His slumber. Oh, and then she's just like, his girlfriend is up, and it's like, was it the wars? No. It was, No,
I had this dream where I was chasing around a snake and it kept turning around trying to bite me. And then it asked me what my favorite weather was, so I said, snow! What a movie.
So she knows that he's a mutant. He can do this because he just slashed up the bedsheet. Shredded the bedsheets, in fact.
Yeah.
So she's aware.
Dude, I'm surprised she hasn't, like, pulled a rogue yet and just got one to the chest.
Right. How had she not? Well, she's probably just, like, always watching him, I guess.
Like 4 feet away. Yeah. They go to bed and she just goes sits in the corner and watches him.
Oh, I said, so she knows. Cool. She's gonna die. Further the man pain for him to get his story to progress.
Yeah. There's a trope that's called like woman in the fridge or something that's supposed to describe women who exist only to like die to give like a male character meaning.
Yeah.
And that's hardcore what she is throughout this entire movie.
100%.
Even though they try to do a twist later, it doesn't
same.
matter.
It's literally they do the same thing twice.
Yep.
Twice.
Yeah.
Except he forgets everything at the end, so no lessons learned.
Also, that refers to my second least favorite line when we talk about his memory later. So that would be fun.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think so. He goes to work that day, and
Stryker shows up.
He smells a Stryker in the area.
Yeah,
with his Wolverine senses.
Did we get that scene yet where they're driving back from town? Oh no, because he meets a Stryker, and Stryker's like, "Someone's killing Mary."
Someone killed Mary.
Yeah, and he's like, "It sucks. He was a really good part of that franchise," and he's like, "Yeah, but he's no Pippin." And then Hugh Jackman's like, "I've really been a fan of Broadway." I'm sorry. So, and then he's like, "Why don't you come back and help me?" And he's like, "No." Have you heard from the guy who's killing everybody? And Stryker's like, no, and then winks at the camera.
Yeah. And then there's this Agent Zero dude again, who's, I think his actor's name is like Daniel Henney or something. And he's just like just hates Logan for some reason.
Yeah.
We don't know why.
Because he's one of the good ones.
He abandoned them even though they have no emotional attachment to each other, but I guess they do.
It's about subtext sometimes, Taylor. You got to look
They were
past
working together
what's on the
for
screen.
years,
yeah,
probably.
For a year.
Yeah, a year.
They were working together for year and year.
And then he's like, "Get back in the car, Agent Zero." And then Logan's like, "That's right, attaboy. Get back into the car."
Does he actually say that?
He says attaboy, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Because I quoted that. Attaboy.
Boy.
Ha boy.
Hada boy.
And I said, did I miss why his name is Logan now?
They just started calling him Logan, right?
Apparently, he just started using it as a code name in the war.
So it's not even.
Wartime?
See, I assumed his name was James Logan or something.
His father's name was Thomas Logan.
Okay.
So I guess technically his real name is James Logan.
Sure.
So he started going by Logan, but like,
sure.
What attachment does he have to that man who?
Well, also,
just
why is it like, we
father?
call him Victor and we call him Agent Zero? We call him Logan. I don't know. Like, get some kind of like tradition for like what you call or consistency for what you call like your people. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's sloppy field work. That's sloppy.
All that is. He's like, you need to serve your country, and he says, "I'm Canadian. I'm Northwest Territorian.
Northwest Canadian.
I said zingers all around.
And then they're driving back, and then there's two guys parked on the bridge being assholes.
Yep.
And then Logan gets out, and he's like, can we not? And they're like, could you not? And they like high five each other. And then like takes a swing at Logan, and then Logan catches the next one. Because he's like, if you're going to start it, you got to be prepared to finish it.
And then the girl comes out, who do we know the name of yet? But I know her name. I know her name.
No,
we find it out at the end of the movie.
They call her Kayla at the end of the movie. They don't call her anything. So she comes out and then she does like her best like Phil being a bad cop impression. Which, Taylor, you're going to join me when I start doing this. The, hey, whoa, hey, whoa. and then like, touches him, and she's like, you should get out of the way. And he's like, I should get out of the way.
Oh, that was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I didn't get that till just
she,
now.
like, picks his nose and is like, you gotta get out of here. And he's like, you're going to get out of here.
Because she touches him.
Yeah.
And she has the touch power.
She's got the touchy stuff.
She got the touch. The Midas touch. So then they go to the home that they live in happily, and she starts talking about a myth.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink some water while you do this because I'm just gonna check out. But you tell everybody.
Yeah. Did you know that the moon had a lover? And I was like, why? Is this your foreplay? Okay. Because she starts like straddling
she sits on him all hot. Like,
yeah. Did you know the moon had a lover?
She like gets him a beer.
He was like, oh yeah, I love when you talk dirty to me.
Tell me about the lover.
Yeah, apparently, so his name was Kue Kuatsu. And Logan makes fun of it because, haha, other languages.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's something about, like, a trickster god that told Kue Kuatsu to go to the mortal realm and pick flowers for the moon and she'll love you. But what Kue Kuatsu didn't know was that when you go to the mortal realm, you can never return to the spirit world. Because this is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If I may.
Yeah.
I hate this.
Valid.
So, I want to talk about something that comes up later, but we should just wait till it comes up. Yeah.
So,
put a pin in this.
Do you know what Kue Kuatsu? Well, so, one second. When he's trapped in the mortal realm, he howls at the moon while he longs for her. Because obviously, Phil... obviously, Kue Kuatsu means... What does it mean, Phil?
It means Wolverine.
Yes, it fucking does! Because Wolverines howl at the moon.
You know, as Wolverines do. Dude, they made a cats and dogs joke later, which is something you and I said ironically. And then they actually said it in this movie.
Yes, they did.
Oh, boy.
But, so I'd like to interject here. This is a First Nations myth. Like an indigenous people's mythology. Yeah. Okay. Except it's been butchered. Absolutely.
Spit me a word, Taylor.
One second.
She has to consult the scrolls.
I don't know. I don't know how it's butchered, but it is butchered. They just they mush everything together from different stories. She's supposed to be Silver Fox, the character she's based off of, is supposed to be from the Blackfoot Confederacy in the comics. Okay. This bitch white! She is from Texas. She has Irish ancestry. Her name is Lynn Collins. Kayla is supposed to be a First Nations person.
Huh.
Is she?
I would say not.
No, I think they're implying that slightly in the movie with her myth, but I guess they don't clarify.
No.
I'm like, bad representation is not better than no representation. I'm so mad about this. Also, her sister is like blonde hair, blue-eyed later on, so, you know. Apparently Lynn Collins claims she has Cherokee ancestor, though, so, you know.
Like, in defense of that?
I don't know if it was in defense, but that's what I read. She just claims she has Cherokee ancestry.
Anybody can claim that, though.
Yeah, most people do, so they, yeah. All right, I could go on.
Welcome back to...
I won't.
I don't. This has me too drained to, like, make up sub
We're very upset, and we're very early in the movie. There's a Wolverine head in the woods. At least they used an actual Wolverine.
Was it a Wolverine head?
It was a Wolverine. Okay. The props people did their research for this movie. Nobody else did.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So he like sniffs out the trail.
I said, what's even her name again?
He like sniffs out the trail, runs down it, and then while he was running, we see that like Lynn Shriver stops. What is it, Lynn Collins?
Lynn Collins.
Yeah, Lynn Collins.
Kayla Silverfox.
Yeah, Kayla Silverfox. He stops Kayla and like totally kills her.
Super kills her.
Totally kills her.
Yeah, definitely kills.
Wolverine gets down there, and picks her up, and howls just like a Wolverine.
He howls at the moon.
Didn't they do that like dumb like zoom out? We can still hear him yelling thing. Mm-hmm. That was what happened. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Phil, I have a question.
What's up?
So, at the end of this movie, there's a big old plot twist. I'm just gonna let y'all know.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Kayla ain't dead.
No.
So, why do we have this whole scene of him looking menacingly at her?
Yeah.
And she's like looking at him.
She's in the car scared. And she's like, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Oh yes, yeah." Or whatever he does. I don't know. That's my Sabretooth impression.
But like, there's this whole thing.
There's
but
like,
if they're working,
there's build up.
They're working together.
There's build up. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could argue that like, oh, because she's finally happy and she's hoping the day would never come, and I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess we can swing it that way. I'll give him.
It's really gonna hurt it on the rewatch, though.
What?
It's gonna hurt this movie on the rewatch.
Oh yeah. So we'll give him benefit of the doubt there. So we got our man pain. We're gonna further the plot.
There's and then did we cut the Sabretooth in the bar?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the bartender's like, "You're not from around here, are you?" He's like, "What gave you the impression of that?"
He's like, "I don't look like a
because Western
Territory Canadian.
Those Southern Canadian accents.
Yeah. So you're from around these parts.
You're right from around there. That poor bartender, though. Well, he's like, "You
have insurance in this place?
You guys got any? Should I have insurance? You guys, whatever's going on here, you take it outside now. You hear?"
Now, I'm sorry to inconvenience you, because, he's Canadian.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he has to say sorry a few times. Visually, the movie looks good, at least, so far. I have that down.
I have a point where it did not.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Logan gets his ass kicked here. He gets straight rocked. Yeah.
Yes, he does. Does he just get, like, fake murdered? Because Wolverine can't get murdered, but...
Yeah, well, I think he just gets beaten and then left. Because, remember, there's that part where he, like, stomps on his bone claws to, like, break them.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, here's my big problem with us watching these movies. When I watch movies, like, usually if there's a big, like, action scene going on, I'll pay attention to what the set piece is, but kind of check out on, like, the nuances of it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So, like, watching X3, like, there was a big house fight while Jean Grey and Professor X were talking in the kitchen, and, like, I only remembered a little bit of it, but I couldn't tell you, like, who was fighting who or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, in movies like this, where it's, like, racing to get to the next action scene, I check out of them so hard because there's nothing for me to latch on to like care about during those scenes. You know what I mean? And like it's different in some movies over this one, but this one I just had no attachment to anything happening ever. So like these big fight scenes, I didn't care. You know what I mean? Like you could tell me anything happened, I'd be like, oh right. Like, remember that time Sabretooth picked up a log and shoved it through Wolverine? I'd be like, yes. But like I don't know. I just get so lost in these like action scenes with no weight because it.
That's fair. Yeah, I have an opinion about how I feel about like this movie as a movie, but I'll get to that at the end of it.
Yeah, during the hashtag wrap up.
Hashtag wrap up. Oh, let it be soon. I was saying like the cool thing about an origin story is that it gives us more character development, right?
Ideally,
more individual character development. There were like glimmers where I could see it trying to spark, right? But nothing happens.
Well, see, my big thing with okay, when we get to the wrap up, say your big thing with this. That way, I remember what I want to say. I don't want to do this now because we'll never finish.
That's
so
fair.
Let's just move ahead. Remember, I have a big thing with this.
All right. Okay. So the doctors are trying to work on Logan, and one guy's like, "Is this a joke?
What is this, a prank?"
Yeah, and then because he's fine, and then Stryker shows up in the hospital. Why does Logan get so mad at him? I don't remember.
Because he was like, you show up and then 2 days later she's dead.
Oh, okay.
It's valid.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
And then he's like, "You knew it was Victor." Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, you knew it was him. Blah blah blah. And he's like, "No,
I thought I wasn't sure.
I swear on my son's life, I don't know."
Turns out he hates his son.
And then 3 seconds later, he's like, "Well, yeah, he went AWOL and then left the group."
Yeah.
And
So also the scene ends with Logan joining Stryker to do what he left to avoid.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm coming back. It's for blood this time, not whatever pussy shit you guys are doing." Actual quote from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, then you should have just stayed and avoided all this. Right? Because, I don't know.
We'll give you the tools to defeat him. And I was like, adamantium, probably? It was adamantium.
One of my notes when he was like, "I want this rock," because I was like, is that supposed to be adamantium?
Earlier, I was like, is that the thing? It's the thing. Because obviously this was going to be about.
Yeah.
Because Stryker, that was the whole lead up. This movie could have been good. Wolverine origin story could have been good.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just it's just what it is.
Oh boy.
Scenery's pretty though, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to take a little trip to Canada.
That's true. Yeah, the Northwestern Territories of Canada are pretty nice around.
Oh. He's gonna become what he always has been, Phil. He's gonna become the animal inside. I'm pretty sure this whole movie was written by 3 Days Grace. Because I just have written, "The animal I have become."
The animal.
I have that written later. We'll get there. Because they say this like 3 times in the movie. "Had to become the animal, channel the animal deep inside." I said, "Yep, adamantium. That's what it is." And then they call him Weapon X.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
this is the other.
This bitch is like, "This is going to hurt a lot."
This is actually the line I liked a lot. Because she's like, "Whatever reason you're doing this, focus on it, because this is going to suck." And he goes, "I've been through worse." She goes, "No, you haven't."
I appreciated her.
I liked that line a lot, where she's like, "You haven't."
No, you have not. So they're injecting everything, and he like fake dies, and they're like, he couldn't do it. He couldn't make it through it. And then, we're zooming in on the there's Beep. He's alive. Phil,
Beep.
Thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. He's
the
alive.
other movies have been really awkward.
Wow, I was really nervous, you know.
And then, he forgot about the Wolverine's like heightened sense of hearing.
Of course, through water, even.
Through water.
Yep, and he's like, erase his memory.
Yeah.
Do
that.
Yeah, just do that.
If that was an option, why did they just do that forever? Like, why were they like, "Hey, go to sleep"? All right, ice him.
Why wasn't that the immediate thought? Like, as soon as
if
he was
wakes
in
up,
there,
wipe his memory. Like, they should have had that contingency of if he wakes up, we gotta wipe his memory.
Or just do it immediately.
Yeah, he gets back to base. "Hey, take a seat for a second."
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, smell this, or whatever you do to wipe his memory. I don't know.
And I was like, "Ooh, is he gonna break the constraints and rise up out of the water and lift Oh, he's gonna do it!" And he did it.
He did a little.
I said, "Yep."
I've been working out for 8 months for this movie. You're gonna show every part of me. Yep.
I was like, man, Hugh Jackman got the script and he's like, "All right."
He's like,
in the gym.
Well, see, here's the thing: is they put him in that those black briefs when he went underwater.
Yeah.
And he came out not in those, so Hugh Jackman's like, "I'm not doing."
Well, they didn't they melt off of him or something like that?
Did they?
Isn't there some kind of weird? I don't know.
But he is like, "I'm losing pants for this scene." They're like, "What?" He's like, "I didn't work out this hard not to show my ass to everybody."
So Logan escapes by jumping down a waterfall.
In my notes I wrote, he makes a Jean Grey accent.
And then they're like, "We have to get him back. Go after him, Agent Zero, even though your bullets couldn't stop him now. So
yeah.
Go get him in a copter."
To jump ahead slightly, they send out the guy who's good at shooting to kill Weapon 10. Right?
Yeah. Weapon 10.
After he leaves, they're like, the only thing that's going to stop him is a gun with adamantium bullets.
Yes.
Why was that not what he was sent out with? Why did they...
Literally. After this guy crashes and dies, spoiler alert.
They're like, oh.
Adamantium bullets.
We'll have to use the adamantium bullets then. That was an option? I don't want to get into how I don't know that could work.
Or that it would erase his memory.
There's a line. I want
to get to my favorite part of the whole movie, though.
Is it the nicest
It's the next
couple?
scene. It's the... It's specifically this really cute old couple driving down the road.
Yep.
Naked butt. Logan's butt-ass naked self.
Yep.
Running across.
And just get into a barn all nonchalant.
Oh my god. I died. They're just like, what was that? Yeah. Is there somebody in our barn?
Wasn't he like, I think someone's naked in our barn? And she was like, yeah.
Yeah. This dude was so nonchalant this whole time.
Yeah.
He was just like, you all right? He's like, no.
Not
like,
really.
You want some clothes? Well, you can wear my son's clothes.
He was like, I got some sons. Look, you were his size. I thought it was, I don't know, I like that. That was cute though. When he like gave the brother a sec, he's like, put this on. I don't want you to get the missus a heart attack.
Oh gosh. He's just so fine with this though. Oh, just a hard night then? All right, come join us for dinner. So, he's just fine with this.
The bathroom scene where he's playing with his new claws are some of the worst effects I've ever seen.
Yeah. That was rough.
I complained a lot about the Magneto scene in the Xmen 1 where it looked like he was just behind like a PlayStation 1 cutscene.
Yeah.
I think that was the same, if not a little bit better than these claw effects in this bathroom scene. The claws
looked so bad. They didn't look as bad in the other parts of the movie either.
No, but it was just this scene. He had them out, and like they would touch and then like spark and shashik.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what? There's no force to them. They're not like electrified.
Right.
Boy. And then he just destroys their bathroom. He brings it downstairs and he's like, I broke your sink. And they're like, ha, put it aside.
What did the old lady was just like, said something about like the word decent. And he was like, I'm not used to that word. And I was like, what do you mean?
You've been fined for 6 years.
You're fine. Not used to that word. Oh, I really couldn't get over the old man. I loved him a lot. Yeah. I loved these two people so much.
When he was like, got a new one right off the line, he was like, you don't look that old. And Wolverine's like, winks at the camera.
Wink.
Yeah.
They were cute. And then he like goes out into the barn that he's in. He's been like sitting in the same spot all night, I guess, and hasn't slept. And he's like, you look like a man who's gonna do something bad or something like that. And he's like, those who go out looking for blood, they find it. I was like, I like this old dude.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
And then old lady comes in.
Hold on. Because you missed, again, to refer to my notes, you missed X-Men Origins leather jacket.
Oh, yes.
Here, put this on. Because, we had to know where that leather jacket came from.
We did. It's perfect for you. Well, it has to have, like, sentimental value so that we can, like...
Does it?
Care about... Because Logan cares so much about these old people who were decent to him.
That means he's had that jacket for, like, 50 years. At the start of X1.
So, old lady walks in.
Yeah.
What is she carrying? She's like, that looks good on you.
I brought some trays of cookies and I've been sewing and every other... And it's an old lady thing.
Yes. Oh, darling, it fits you well. And look, something happened to their son. Like, he died or something.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what happened.
There's some trauma there.
Something happened.
But we don't have time for character development.
Nope. Boom!
Bang.
Dead old lady.
Yep.
Boom! Dead old man.
Dude, Logan takes cover behind the old man.
These are just my notes. Afterwards was all capitals. Just, oh God! Oh no! Why is this happening? I'm so sad! I was like, I can't deal with sad old people, let alone dead sad old people.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm pretty sure Logan ducked behind the old guy when the fire started.
Well, yeah, meat shield.
Yeah. Well, no, he like went behind. It was messed up.
Oh, that was so sad. I was very upset about this.
So then,
action sequence.
Yeah, and then he's like, blow it up, and then he shoots the explosive barrels that are right outside the building. Yep. But Logan's outside riding a chopper instead. Then he chases down a helicopter. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that happens here.
Yep, he outruns a helicopter on the motorcycle and somehow doesn't get shot.
Yep.
On the motorcycle.
Yep.
Even though it's a huge target. I thought the fight scene, like, it looked pretty cool. Right. It looked pretty cool.
Like I said, when I don't have emotional attachment, I can't, like... I could go on for a while about, like, why the airport scene in Civil War is a fantastic fight scene. I can't tell you a lot about any of the fight scenes in this movie.
I haven't seen Civil War.
It's okay. We're doing Marvel next.
Oh, okay. We'll do that before I see Endgame, right?
Yep. We got time. We just got to watch 46 hours of movies before we go see it.
No sleep.
And then he goes back to Will.i.am, right? Well, there's that scene with the adamantium bolts at some point.
Yeah, he, like, totally murders that Agent Zero dude after telling Stryker. He's like, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. Because he's like, did you get him? And the guy's like, hold on, he's right here.
Yeah.
Hands on the phone.
And then he's like, you wanted the animal. You've got him. The animal. The animal. Oh, and then he walks away from the explosion without looking at it because cool guys don't look at explosions. The explosion. What?
He like hit a rock next to a line of gasoline, obviously, and then like started the explosion.
It was conveniently trailing back to it. Yeah. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Oh, he's also really familiar with like these metal claws that he's had for 6 hours.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I said adamantium bullet. Neat.
I swear to God. I don't know.
No, we go to Baby Scott Summers in the high school.
Yeah.
Briefly, just in a scene.
I go, hey, Cyclops is back.
Yep. And then literally just like a scene in a classroom, and then the teacher's like, pay attention. He's like, or no, she's like, take off your sunglasses. And he's like, I'd literally murder you.
Yeah, he's
in this
like,
very moment.
Look me in the eyes, tell me that.
And she's like, all right, well, you're getting a detention after school.
I've always wondered, and I have not done any research into why this might be. So I might say this, and people will be like, it's actually, if you look it up, it's because of these reasons. So his eyes are always shooting the beams.
Yeah.
That's why he can't, like, open his eyes when the glasses are off. When he's wearing aviators, wouldn't we just see beams constantly bouncing off the front of those lenses?
Is there something about, like, the way the lenses are, like, colored? Or, like,
I don't know.
Something in the lenses that, like, helps...
I feel like we could take a second in any movie to talk about it.
We could.
But
not this one. Definitely not this one.
But hey.
So that's all we get for that one. He's going to detention. That's all we know. And then Will.i.am comes in.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're at a boxing ring.
And then he's boxing
Fat Fred.
Yeah. The blob.
I really, really disliked this scene.
Yeah. Well, that was one of those scenes I was like, I don't know who that was for. You know what I mean?
It was like, don't mention his weight. And he was like, hey, fat. And then he was like, I mean, Fred.
He was like, what's up, Slim?
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Like, he shrugs off a lot of actual fat comments. And he goes, listen, bub.
Yeah.
He goes, you just called me
blob.
Blob. It's like, what? That one, no, I actually did not call you anything.
No, he literally called him fat, though.
Yeah.
Literally, Will.i.am was like, don't mention his weight. And then Logan was like, hey, fat. Oh, Fred. I was like, really? Really? There's a lot I could say about the implications of the shaming in this scene. But we won't get into it because I don't got time for that.
None of us.
I already went into the First Nations bit. I'm not doing this. Apparently we're Southern today.
Darn tootin'.
Oh,
you brought out your Canadian accent.
Oh, when that's my Anna Paquin voice, actually.
Bobby.
Logan got slammed into a dude in the ring.
Yeah.
Or in the boxing building. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that dude would have gotten his face broke.
Oh, he's dead. He got a hunk of metal thrown at him. Yeah.
Dead.
That guy's dead.
But he's fine. God, I said I don't give a shit about any of these old teammates, to be honest. Like, I'm
not even sure.
They killed Mary. And we're like, oh no.
I don't know why. When were we supposed to see them build up this alliance between everybody?
During the one elevator scene, obviously. Deadpool.
Yes.
Deadpool and his, or I'm sorry, Wade Wilson and his witty remarks. You know, Mary with his zany electricity. We just love and care about these characters so much.
I don't know. It's just stuff like that where I'm like, I understand you want me to care, but for the love of God, at some point, please tell me why.
Nope, we don't get that at all.
So that ends, and then there's an island that's been brought up a couple times.
Yeah, I think we go back to this. Like,
well, that's why he's Logan, here, is because he's trying to find out where Victor is or where the island is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, Victor and Stryker on the island, and he's like, where's the island at? And he's like, I don't know. And then he pulls out his claws, and he's like, I know.
Are we supposed to be surprised that Victor and Stryker are working together? I
honestly have no idea.
Or was Logan just supposed to be an idiot? Because Fred was like, you didn't know? And Logan was like,
I seriously have no idea.
I understand. Why wouldn't he have assumed that, like, as soon as the adamantium thing happened?
Yeah, as soon as he's like, I got double-crossed by Stryker again, it's probably for the guy that, like, was probably all about this.
Nope. Probably.
Also, they both regenerate, right? Like, that's their things?
Yeah. Because
that's why they both live for, like, 200 years? 100 years? I don't know. 115 years?
Yeah, I guess.
Why... One, how do they determine when these people stop aging?
When they get to Hugh Jackman age.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and Liv Schreiber age, respectively.
Second, why would the adamantium bonding not work on Sabretooth?
I could not tell you. Because he's too bloodthirsty and, you know...
You don't have the heart for it.
Yeah, the heart.
You don't got the animal spirit inside of you.
It would have been a lot cooler if that was the final fight instead of...
It's just Lady Deathstroke again with the fingernails.
She's there. We get Scott in the high school.
Yeah, he's writing his conjugates. I don't know how to say that.
Conjugates?
It's not conjugates. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Victor taps on the glass and is like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Scott's like, oh, you're going to kill me.
Which, honestly, yeah.
I don't know why.
But why didn't he just crack his glasses? Boop. See you, bitch. You know what I mean?
I think he's scared to use his powers and stuff like that. He's probably hiding.
I guess, but that guy's about to murder his face off.
Yeah. This movie made me like Scott a lot more for some reason. And
I like Scott a lot. He's gotten such a raw deal.
I thought he was really annoying in the first one. But I thought everyone was...
Yeah.
Pretty annoying in the first one.
The thing is of a sea of characters that are all about the same, I felt that him, Hugh Jackman, and Rogue kind of rose up to the top.
Yeah, that's fair. But, this, I don't know. I really liked Scott in this one. I think it just humanized him a lot for me, I guess. But it boosted for me. The Scott scenes were like some of my favorites in the whole movie. Just like the Scott in high school. I was like, why can't we have more of this?
Yeah. I'm actually working on a trailer pitch for Marvel that involves it mostly being a high school drama based around the X-Men.
Oh, High School AU.
Yeah.
High School Alternate Universe. It's fan fiction. You're welcome.
I'll have to put that in my pitch.
In my notes, I was like, Scott could whip your ass. Is the jumping across the walls necessary? No.
Well, yeah, he's not. Like a Sabretooth.
He's also not. His anatomy doesn't make any sense to be doing stuff like that. Mm-mm. But he's just like, he's running all across the walls.
I don't get what his powers are. Cause
he's a saber-toothed tiger.
Has he trained to be like that, or has that always been his power? Good answer. Because that's what everybody else has, I guess.
Yep.
I'd like to take a minute to read you my favorite piece of IMDb trivia I've ever seen. Liv Schreiber was given a muscle suit to wear for his role as Victor Creed, similar to what Vinnie Jones, Juggernaut, wore in X-Men The Last Stand, to make his physique look comparable to Hugh Jackman's 220-pound figure. The suit made Schreiber feel, quote-unquote, humiliated, and he requested a chance to gain real muscle. He trained for 3 months while filming Defiance in 2008 in Lithuania. He continued to train alongside Jackman during filming. Jackman also made Schreiber add a great deal of protein to his diet, which Schreiber called the genocide of chickens. In the end, Schreiber gained 40 pounds and had to buy several new suits due to his back gaining several inches in width. I can't fit into my favorite suit now, but I feel like I owed it to the genre to be big.
Huh.
Yeah. Schreiber got swole for this, is what I'm trying to say.
Swole. Yeah. I'm sorry he wasted it on this one.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But see, it's weird because I never thought he was, like, unjacked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. We didn't even get, like, a tank top scene or anything, so it's weird that, like...
Yeah,
they feel even bothered with the muscle suit.
Right. Because he was just in, like, a jacket the whole time.
He was in, like, Matrix clothes the entire time.
Yeah. I don't know. It was unnecessary. It's all unnecessary. The whole movie. Taking mutants to island.
Don't we get a scene here where we find out that Stryker and Victor are working together? Because, like, there's that scene where he's like, why don't you put the adamantium in me? And he's like, I won't work on you, or something like that. I thought we get a line like that here.
Do we? I think that's just later.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. We find out they're working together because Fred just tells him. Logan.
That's right.
Yeah. But I think then after that, we find out they're taking the mutants to the island to, like, pool their powers together. And then once they've killed them, they become like
dead.
Yeah. They're then a pool of the dead, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So Will.i.am is following after Hugh Jackman and is like, I'm coming with you. And I don't remember what Hugh Jackman says, but he teleports next to him, right. And they're going with him. Yeah, he's like, okay, cool, sounds good. Buddy cop adventure.
Oh, we found out about Remy LeBeau here.
Remy LeBeau.
Did we find that out from...
Oh, yeah. Fred says Remy LeBeau is the only one to have ever escaped from this island.
It was Gambit.
All right, so
apparently, there's been a Gambit movie in the works since, like, 2015 with Channing Tatum assigned to the role. But that's been in production hell forever.
But I loved this character so much. He had, like, the most charisma and the best writing, I feel.
Yeah.
Of anyone else in this movie.
No, I dug him. It made me want his movie instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, like, more of him, or, like, later movie. Does he come back at all, or is this his only movie? Know. That makes me really sad.
I don't think Gambit comes back after this movie.
It's the best character. I really liked Gambit. I liked him a lot. And then, so while... What's up?
It's a spoiler, so we'll get to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just the way my note is written.
So he sits down at his poker game and is like, are you Remy LeBeau? And he's like, do I owe you money? And he's like, no. He's like, that's not Remy LeBeau. Which was great. Yeah. I loved it. And then he's trying to tell him, I know who you are, Gambit. And he's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
So they start fighting.
Lights up the cards, throws them at him. Yeah.
Yep. And then we flash to outside where Wraith is patrolling.
Yeah.
I guess.
And then he sees Sabretooth, so he blinks over there.
Yep. And he, like, fights, and it's really cool. He's, like, blinking around him and, like, fighting him and avoiding all of his punches and everything.
Why were they fighting? Why didn't he just blink away and go, hey, Wolverine, we got trouble?
Right. Because he wanted to take him down. He's like, I'll take you down for Logan or something. And then he's like...
Is that what he said?
Something like that, I think.
I don't... Like, I'm not surprised that that's what happened. I'm just upset.
He wanted to, like, avenge Mary. So...
All right.
I don't know.
I mean, I know Wolverine told you a story about he just got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, the note I wrote is Logan finds Gambit. Victor finds his spine.
Yeah, I have that down. That's like, I can feel your spine, Johnny boy. And I was like, yeah,
so I would have also loved here if they ever mentioned that would stop him from teleporting. Just a line anywhere. I don't know. Because I feel like you'd be able to just blink out of that.
Right? But I guess it's like inside of you. I don't know.
See, that's the thing is like it's just like in 2 where we found out in the moment that Jean Grey was blocking Nightcrawler from jumping when we could have just had any sentence earlier as a throwaway that would have led to that. You know what I mean? Like if they had ever been like, oh, you know, he's actually solid weight transports or whatever, then they'd be way different. But I don't know.
They just expect immediate like audience's forgiveness, essentially.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, throw that in, audience will get it, it'll be fine. Whatever. So then Wolverine comes out, sees sees his dead friend, and is like, I'm gonna kill this dude. Avenge my dead friend.
Yeah.
Who they have such a bond with each other that I totally felt an emotional impact when Logan saw Wraith. So that was cool. So he goes after Victor, and he takes him down.
But Gambit interrupts for some reason?
Gambit interrupts for some reason! So, like, he's fighting him, and then all of a sudden, Gambit comes in and, like, thuds his staff down.
Yeah.
And takes both of them out. Victor runs away. I'm so confused.
I was not a fan of this fight scene, just the way it was. I don't know, there was, like, no physics to it, which always bothers me.
I just don't understand. I don't know why Gambit interrupted. Is he just, like, mad?
The fire escape scene was ridiculously bad. So there's a scene where Gambit's on top of the fire escape, and then Wolverine, like, cuts it off from the wall. And as it's falling, he just keeps cutting off, like, 6-inch sections of the fire escape. Because he keeps landing on the ladder. I don't know. I don't know.
It was... Was he just mad that, like, he knew who he was? And, like, wanted to... Why did he come after him and not just, like, run away?
I do not know.
Cool.
If you want to let us know in the comments, go ahead. But, I mean, I'm not going to rewatch it to verify so you can tell me anything.
We flash to Stryker working on some dead dude who we think might be dead. But his eyes are held open. Which was really horrifying.
Yeah.
But I was like, Stryker sucks. I'm glad he dies later, I think. Does he die later? Does
No.
he die in X2? What happens to him in X2? Is he just arrested? Arrested?
In X2, I think just leave him strung up. So yeah, he probably dies.
Oh, it's in the, like, flooding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he totally dies.
Yeah.
Maybe he comes back to life. Ooh. So that's cool. He dies at least later. I like Wolverine and Gambit's dynamic.
Yeah. Well, this flash into the lab is where we find out that Wade Wilson's going to be Weapon 11. And this is also where they call him the Pool for the first time, which
they
bothered
call him the Deadpool.
Hell out of me. Well, they added to the pool.
Yeah.
Like the Deadpool. And I was like, I swear to God.
Yep. Nope. That was terrible. I said Deadpool. Oh, Lordy.
I wrote the Pool. Jesus Christ.
Yep. And so Logan breaks in. So Gambit, like, they fly them to the island. Logan is like, this is gonna hurt. And then jumps out of the plane and skips across the water
he
like
skips
a rock.
across. I don't.
Yeah, it was real good. He breaks into the facility, and he just walks right in.
He finds Stryker like right away. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
He walks right in. Victor is watching from somewhere else for some reason.
Like Sabretooths do. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of going up and taking him down or anything, he just okay.
I don't know.
Stryker.
Sorry, I shrugged audibly. I guess I don't.
Stryker explains his whole plan, and
as villains are wont to do.
Yes, of course. And then we see Kayla.
Oh,
walk up behind
but she's
him.
Supposed to be dead.
So at first I thought it was like someone who could like either like a shapeshifter.
Oh, Mystique's back.
It's Mystique, or it was like a hallucination of some kind. But then it was like, no, it's me, and I still love you. Except she didn't talk at all.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, she's a spy. And then I said, oh, Kayla, that's her name. This is the moment where
I think that's the first time
out.
we found out it's Kayla. Yeah.
Glad that was clarified.
By Stryker, not even Logan. Logan's not like, Kayla? Stryker's like, Kayla.
Yep, and then they explain the...
We just get so many plot exposition dumps here.
And then they call back to that stupid frickin' metaphor. He's like, you're not the moon, you're the trickster god.
You're the moon, you were the trickster god.
Oh, God. We find out she had persuasion powers, so she touched him, and...
I thought there was a line somewhere where she's like, I never use it on you, or something. I feel like
that
I
was
that
later,
line. Is there...
Because she doesn't talk at all until he leaves, pretty much. Because she's, like, about to say something, and then, like, Stryker reaches for, like, his gun or something, and then she's like, oh, I can't do it. And we find out... Oh, after Logan walks out, all betrayed and hurt and everything, she's like, what about my sister? Because...
Obviously.
her diamond-skinned sister is in captivity, and he's like, we're still doing analysis on her. Just give us some more time. And Victor walks in and is like, why'd you let him go? And I'm like, why'd you let him go? Could have run after him. You were right there. Literally right there.
Yeah, so this is the part where he is like, put the adamantium in me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, he's using both. Or Kayla's like, she's using both of us. And she like runs forward. And then Sabretooth is like, nope, I'm gonna murder you for real this time. And holds her up by her neck. She was gonna try to like touch him to like make him stop. But he's like, your mind tricks don't work on me for some reason.
Well, because he has regeneration powers.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
So does Wolverine.
I don't know.
Oh, but their love was real love.
I literally have no idea.
Their love was real love. So
because she touched him, and he's like, "They don't work on me," and I don't get why that is.
Nope, we don't get an explanation for it either, Phil. Can you believe it?
What?
Can you believe it?
In this bombshell of a movie. This is 10 out of 10 right here.
So he, I don't know what happens. Oh, she screams. And then, with his super hearing, Wolverine goes back into the room. They didn't have to have him leave.
No.
They could have had this all happen
This all could have just happened.
So he's, Striker! Or something.
Yeah,
and
he
then,
does his little yell.
Yeah, runs at...
His little howl, because he's a Wolverine.
His little Wolverine howl.
His ow.
And he runs at Victor, and they do a big ol' fight. And this time, he, like, takes him on real good. Beats him up, and he's like, gonna kill him. And then Kayla's like, you're not a monster. And I was like, kill him! Just do it! Why do they never do it? He doesn't... Wolverine's an edgy enough character for that to have been fine.
Yeah.
It would have been fine.
So, for the record, I don't know where we are in the movie anymore, so I'm just trusting you to guide us through this, because I don't even remember that they had a fight scene there. I remember nothing between... You
really checked out.
Yeah. I remember nothing between Logan walking away and katana hands.
I don't... He, like, lets him go. Oh, he knocks him out. Wolverine knocks Victor out. And then he's like, let's go. Oh, that's when Kayla says, like, I never used it on you. It was real love. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I love you too.
Let me touch your face so I can tell you how much I love you.
Yeah. And then they leave. And then they find all these mutants in cages.
Oh, yeah. He does that, like, scene where he runs... He, like, cuts all the locks open at once.
Well, because he walks in and he stares at them. And I was like, just open their cage. Just slash open their cages. And he at least does that.
Yeah.
At least he does do that. I was like, don't be an idiot. You got this. Scott's in there. He's real cute. I like the actor they chose for him.
Yeah.
I just like Scott in this movie. Apparently there's a bunch of cameos in the cages for the mutants.
I think every mutant that they've ever made is in there somewhere.
Yeah. But none of them remember this man with adamantium knife hands.
Yeah.
Later on. Scott doesn't remember this guy in that first X-Men movie when they meet him.
I'd like to talk about I don't know where it is, so you're going to tell me it doesn't happen here. But it's where Stryker grabs the gun and decides he's going to go kill the guy by himself. Mm-hmm. He says his brain might regrow, but his memories won't.
That's later, I think.
Or
maybe it was before.
How?
But, yeah,
you don't know that.
What evidence do you have for this?
There's nothing to suggest that you could liquidate his brain with an adamantium bullet in the first place, or his memories would be gone.
His brain would regrow. Why would his memories... I get, like, if you hit a specific spot in the brain, maybe...
That goes so deep into a philosophical debate that I know that guy is not gonna have.
Right? I don't understand. It is
Oh, that is later, because I think Deadpool's already doing his thing by that point.
Yep, he is, because my next thing... So they find all these little mutants, and then they start running away, and then Deadpool... Oh, that's right. They're leading them out of the room.
And then like, the hangar building. Doors open all dramatically.
Yep, and we see Deadpool's silhouette.
Oh, man.
And he's mute. He's got his mouth sewn shut.
Yeah.
You know, Merc with a mouth, right?
Ba-boom.
Ba-boom. Yep.
Ba-boom. And then those katana boys he likes so much come out of his hands.
Uh-huh. they welded him into his body like the Wolverine knives. And,
which, how do you bend your arms with those? We're not going to get into this.
Controlled by keyboard commands.
Yeah. By command prompt. Engage. All right. That's like Mission Impossible levels of not understanding technology.
Oh my God. What? Ugh. I just needed a second.
So
I still need a second.
So I'm gonna tell you my experience watching this scene, and I want you to tell me I want you to answer my question, because there's a part I blacked out on. Okay, so they start fighting, and then Wolverine starts climbing the reactor.
Does that happen now?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think it does.
I don't know why he starts climbing that reactor.
Yeah, he does. So, I have no idea why. I have to get away from him, I guess. He's like, I gotta climb this thing to get away from him.
He's like, you take them. I'll go fight him.
Yeah.
And climbs on top of the reactor. He's like, that looks like a good spot for a final showdown.
But then Kayla's like, you take them, to her sister. I have to stay here. And she's like, no, come with us. And she's like, I have to stay here. And I'm like, why?
Oh, okay.
Why does Kayla have to stay there?
I don't know.
To be the fridge, the
woman in the fridge?
Woman in the fridge?
Yeah.
So she can die in further man pain?
Hey, yup.
So I think that sounds like the literal only reason why she would possibly stay.
Hey, yup.
Other than cause more problems. Because he never would have been shot if she hadn't stayed.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, Scott, they're going through the tunnels and stuff.
Go left.
Go left. And Scott says, go left. And she's like, you're blind.
Yeah. And then lets him lead.
Mm-hmm. And somehow he can walk fine without knocking into anything.
Because no one is guiding him.
No. He's leading. I guess, the power of Professor X is leading him.
Yeah.
Probably. So, Wolverine, Deadpool are fighting on top of the reactor. Wolverine's losing.
Yeah. And then, Wolverine goes to get kicked off, and then Victor grabs him, and he's like, no one's going to kill you but me.
Yep.
And then doesn't let go. Because that would have been, no one kills you but me. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Would have been the moment. But that's, Wolverine saved him, so he's going to, now they're best friends again.
What was that?
Well, not saved him, but, didn't kill him. Sorry.
That's my feelings on this movie summed up in the sound clip is,
yeah.
Yuck. It was Can
we please get a sound clip of that?
4 movies in the making for that foreshadowing to come to fruition.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yep. Nobody kills you but me. Alrighty. And I said, nice kill. Finish him. Oh. How did they kill him?
So another text I sent Taylor was not to be that guy. But Cyclops has concussive blast, not heat vision.
Oh, that's right.
Cyclops or Deadpool's eyes change mode.
Yep.
And then he starts shooting the
well, it was the command key. They switched the settings.
He alt tabbed into different lasers. Started shooting him. So then Wolverine just blocks him with his claws for a minute, and they start overheating.
Yep.
And then he flexes so that they shoot back at him, and then hit the reactor wall, so it starts crumbling. They all do a little tumble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then he slices the reactor up.
Yeah, as he falls. And then my next note
spiralizes those noodles.
Yeah, spiralizes right in the noodles. And then I wrote, my next note is Gambit Ex Machina.
This is true.
Yep. Because he just comes in and vaporizes a part of the wall. I don't know. I don't get why he's so powerful but was also contained for so long.
I have no idea. He's so strong and really cool. And he was just in 2 scenes.
Yeah.
And him and Wolverine have an amazing bond now, apparently. Because these relationships don't need any on-screen time for us to connect with them at all.
But man, that first team he was a part of, I miss those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Fond memories,
Yeah, and then I think we have the kids get led out to a helicopter where a bald guy isn't in a wheelchair yet.
Oh, yeah. When?
I don't know when timeline-wise he gets in the wheelchair.
Huh. I guess I don't really know what year it is
It's 6 years after Vietnam War.
6 years?
That's the only time. That's the only time change we've seen is Vietnam War, and then he was like, "We're doing some work," and then there's the Black Ops stuff, and then 6 years later, he's.
When was the Vietnam War? I don't know what year that was.
Is it the 70s?
Yeah. So, like, was Scott in high school in the 80s? In the early 80s?
Well, that looked. See, he was dressed 70s-ish, but that also might have just been the glasses.
How old is Scott? I guess 2000. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to think much harder about this. Here's the memory thing. Oh, that's when they talk about the bullet thing. Was right after they killed Deadpool.
There's no evidence to suggest that one adamantium would shoot adamantium. Also, it didn't grow out the back of his head? So was there just an adamantium slug somewhere in his brain?
Yeah.
Is that why he doesn't have the memories?
Oh. Are they going to pull it out of his skull next movie so that he can remember everything?
I don't know.
That's probably what's going to happen, Phil. Why did Kayla stay? Because she's the woman in the fridge.
Yep.
She got crushed by something in the reactor. Yep. We hear her crying, Logan, and then...
I'm sorry, what did she say?
Logan,
that's it.
And then he's like, oh my God, the love of my life, who betrayed me, I think, but... And he goes to find her, and he literally carries her off into the sunset.
For like 10 seconds.
And then he gets shot. Yeah. And he gets super, super shot. Yeah.
And the striker comes over, shoots him in the head a couple times.
Yep.
And then
shoots him, which I respect. You know, double tap for sure.
And he goes to shoot Kayla, and then he turns a gun on himself, and we're like, "What?" And then we find out she's touching his leg.
And then
she's like,
"This bitch has no balls."
And she's like, "Turn around, walk until your feet bleed, and keep walking."
She's like, "I'm not like you. Instead, I'm gonna cause you physical torture for the rest of your life.
I'm just gonna ruin your. I don't know."
She's better than them. You know?
Yeah.
Not a quick, painless death or anything. Torture until you die. Because you're not eating or drinking. You're just walking forever.
Yeah. Oh, right. There was a scene where he killed the general.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so earlier, I don't remember what happened, but, like, the general's like, I'm cutting you off. This is as far as you go.
He's like, I'm cutting you off.
You're too close to this case because your son is a mutant. And that's when we find out his promise to his son meant nothing because he hates his son because he's a mutant. And then he's like, I promise to serve my country from foreign invaders and domestic ones. And then kills him. Slices him up.
So next too, we found out about Jason. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought... So I remembered all of that relationship, but I kept forgetting that the striker in this movie was supposed to be that striker. Mainly because I just like one version of the character way more than the other one. So he said he swears on his son earlier in the movie. It didn't register. And then later on it showed the kid frozen in ice with the two different colored eyes. And I was like, oh, is that supposed to be that kid from X2? Mm-hmm. Yes. But it just didn't occur to me that was Stryker's son.
Yep.
I don't know. But also this
audience forgiveness and immediate understanding.
This also means that Professor X's school is open at this point already?
Didn't Scott like help start it or something? Weren't those the teachers that helped start it? Or did Jason like escape that cryogenically frozen thing and like...
Well, because the mom's already dead at this point.
After that?
Because remember... I don't know. Listen, I'm going to stop trying to make sense of this.
Hey, Days of Future Past is next, right?
No.
No, what's next?
First Class.
Oh.
The reboot.
Alright. So, yep, walks until forever. That's when we see smoothed over Patrick Stewart after that scene. Where they go into the ship. And then Logan wakes up and he's like, Gambit's like, we gotta go, man. And he's like, who are you?
And instead of being like, I'm a friend, let's go. Clearly this guy's lost it. Right? But Gambit doesn't help the situation at all.
What does he say?
He's like, come on, we gotta go. And he's like, who am I? Who are you? And he's like, we gotta go.
He does say, I'm a friend, I think.
Later, but it takes a couple sentences before he gets fair. A little deep before it happens.
Well, I guess, like, I too would be like, what do you mean?
I guess. I don't know.
But, we get he says, I'll find my own way.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, because he wants to stay with that girl.
Why? That's how I feel about this movie. Just capitals underlined. Why? But worry not, Phil. We get... Oh, it zooms out. Cop cars, and that's the credits. But we get a mid-credits scene.
Yeah.
Where Stryker's walking till his feet bleed. And then there's, soldiers behind him. And it was like, you're under investigation for this general's death.
Yeah.
And he turns around and looks at him. And then that goes back to the cutscene.
Did you see the other after credits scene?
Yes, I did. But first I'd like to say, well, he's fine. Stryker is fine because he gets promoted.
Yeah.
So obviously
he does not go to prison for this.
Yeah, he's fine. He's like, I didn't do it. And they're like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, every inch of that facility is covered in cameras. Just saying.
Yeah.
Because you had to have the cameras to control fucking Deadpool. This
is true. But it's all destroyed now. Because of Deadpool. Speaking of Deadpool, we have a post-credit scene, Phil. Lucky for us. Do you remember what it was? Remember what the post-credit scene was? I think katanas were involved. Phil. Hey, Phil.
So we zoom in on the rubble of the damaged reactor. Mm. And we see Deadpool's hand with a katana engaged. So it's way out there. And then it slides back in, tumbles over to Deadpool's head, and he goes, shh. And cut to black.
His mouth isn't sewn shut anymore.
No.
So he's not the perfect soldier anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Who?
Hey, what were those two words that you wanted to describe this movie as?
Ho boy.
Ho boy. But we're done! So, number 1, right?
This was painful.
Here's
the thing. I feel bad because I've checked out a couple times during this recording, just because I don't care.
Here's the thing: is when I watched it, I actually I turned my brain off essentially, and it was enjoyable because what this movie is. This is not a superhero comic based movie. This is a dude's action flick. This is all this movie is.
I guess.
Where they try to input complex story. It's a bad action flick, basically. That's all this movie is to me.
See, I feel like they wanted X-Men Origins origin series, not X-Men Origins just Wolverine.
Right.
They took too much time focusing on literally every detail that doesn't matter.
Yep.
And never touching on it again. And this felt like, to go back to where I said my big thing is, this felt a lot like Solo.
Oh, I didn't see Solo.
Which is fine. It's all right. But it's a movie that goes back in time to answer questions nobody has, and then makes you wonder why we just spent so much time with this and the implications of so many other storylines if that's how it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It only gave me more questions.
Well, they were like, this is how he got us with the jacket. Great. Why does Sabretooth...
Yeah.
That's my question. Why does Sabretooth...
Why Sabretooth in general?
It's just... Or even that stuff with he's not your dad, son. It's yeah, I don't care.
That
the
opening
audience
scene should have been
Jimmy
a lot longer.
Doesn't care. Or cut that sentence.
Yeah.
If that guy came in, killed his dad.
But this is Origins Wolverine. So give me the origins.
Right. You can't time skip the entire I don't know. When I saw Little Boy, I was like, okay, that's obviously Logan. I'm excited to see what they do with this. Because also,
and they do nothing with
when it. When I saw this before, it was when it first came out, and I saw it again a couple months later. My friend Marty. I don't even know if we got all the way through the movie. We might have stopped at that scene I told you about with the 3D objects. I don't think we got all the way through the movie. But like when I saw those back then, I also hadn't seen any of the other X-Men movies in so long. So I was like, maybe it just, maybe it'll be different going in this time as a part of the series. I just straight did not enjoy any aspect of this movie.
It was really bad. I don't know. Like, an origin story is supposed to give me the character development that I was looking... Because one of my biggest complaints for the other movies, for the first 3, was that I wanted more character building.
Right.
And I was like, origins, maybe this will give it to me.
And we were like, we like where Wolverine is now. He's our favorite character. And they're like, cool. Here's him being that character. But slightly less. Yeah.
I just got nothing. Like... Any relationships they showed, I didn't care about because they didn't actually show the growth of those. Not even between the brothers.
No.
All they showed was like a... Oh my god, all they showed was just the intro with the war, like, time changing. There was... Oh my god, I don't care about anybody. They didn't show us any emotional, like, uncertainty about Victor and Logan fighting each other.
No. Everybody involved was like, well, that's what they do.
Yeah. And there was no like, I can't kill him. Except for that one scene, but we don't know why you can't kill him because you two don't have any kind of relationship at all. I care a lot about the relationships between people in the media that I watch.
Sure.
And the content that I consume.
Which is fair. I mean, that's a reason to watch things, is to get invested in characters.
And I have been sorely disappointed in all 4 of these movies, but most of all this one.
But my big issue, and I've brought this up a couple times, is I can see what they were going for.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know what it was. You know what I mean? And like, I understand it was like, oh, we're gonna, just throw a bunch of characters around and see who likes what, and then make those movies. Sure.
Sandbox.
None of that happened. No, you didn't give me a chance to want any of these characters. Nope. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. I don't know what else to say, man.
I'm just, and I'm at like a loss of words for why I don't like this movie, Which is something. I mean, that's a credit to itself. You know what I mean?
It really left me speechless,
And I mean, they didn't do the X fade out.
They didn't do that. I mean, we knew where this was falling as soon as that scene hit.
I watched it twice. I was like, there's no way.
I did too. I rewound it like 3 times.
I hope it comes back. It's stupid how much I love that, but I just wanted to come back.
Well, they knew this movie was bad, so they're like, we're not going to do fade out.
So they just put on normal 20.
It's not a real X-Men movie without the fade out.
Hashtag not my X-Men.
I don't know. So the writing was just terrible. It looked good for a lot of it.
Sometimes.
There was no character development. There was no character building. No relationship development.
See,
why
did they send Agent Zero out with the adamantium gun? Right? And they had a second one somewhere, right?
Uh-huh.
Show up with that. He shoots Logan, and Logan's like, oh, God, that hurt.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, yeah, that'll affect him.
Uh-huh.
Just show us... there's so much where they just expect us to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, just take it. And that's not... You could just give us a little bit... The way they force exposition in the worst ways, and then don't give us any when we need it. It just breaks down to such a fundamental, like, lack of storytelling.
Absolutely. And that's... I was saying, like, pretty much the whole time, like, they just expect the audience to know.
Yeah.
And, like, audience understanding or audience forgiveness. Yeah, forgiveness, essentially. Which I have none of. I forgive this movie for nothing. I don't even know what rating I would give this.
It's a nothing movie. Like, it's not worth it for me to, like, rate it. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's like, how many stars? I'd be like, just don't fucking watch it.
Non-rating.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
not even 0, just like nothing.
Because it's not
a
like 0 movie. Yeah. It's not a 0. But it's... I don't know. I am legitimately at a loss for words on how to describe this movie. Just, it's... If someone's be like, why is it so bad? I'd be like, it just is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What does it do so wrong? Yeah.
Everything?
It exists.
Yeah.
What would you rate it? I don't know that I would. You know what I mean? There's just so much that
Brutal.
I don't know. You know,
I'm trying to think of like defenses for it. The acting was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
it was fine.
Even Hugh Jackman, who was like the powerhouse of 3,
yeah,
was like, all right.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman produced this movie, by the way.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Another fun fact. Well, we got it out of the way, Phil.
We did.
It's done.
We did.
You don't have to watch this movie ever again until we watch that bootleg release. So I get really drunk. This is gonna happen.
So, the rankings as they stand right now of the X-Men universe is number 1, X2, X-Men United. Number 2, X-Men, The Last Stand. And number 3, X-Men. See, here's the thing. Is like I had the joke at the beginning about putting this number 12 because it feels funny.
Mm-hmm.
And like...
It's probably where it's going to remain.
Yeah, but... Is it worth the joke? I mean, do we just put it at 4 and keep bumping it down, or do we just say it's 12? What do we do here? I mean, what are we even doing this for, Taylor? Like, what is this all about?
Hey, let's not underestimate how bad the future movies could potentially be.
I just can't fathom anything being lower than this.
I'm sure it's not. But we should probably just keep it at 4, my dude.
I mean, yeah, sure. But like, okay, so the new rankings as they stand is number 1, X2, X-Men United. Number 2, X-Men: The Last Stand. Number 3, X-Men. Number 4, X-Men
Origins Wolverine.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
There we go. We got through it.
Yeah, and that's new rankings. Awesome. But like, this just took the wind out of my sails for this entire series.
Yeah.
Because like 1, I was like, tuh.
Yeah.
But let's see where they go. 2, I was like, much better. 3, I was like, they're still trying.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, I don't get it.
Mm-mm.
I get why the next one's a reboot. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, that's really all I got to say is like, I understand why they saw this and like, all right, cancel Magneto, and then go. There's this is obviously gonna be a whole series of origin movies, and then one of them was I think Magneto was either in production or about to be in production.
It was, yeah. Magneto was coming next, and then they were like, they basically just handed the script over to whoever directed First Class, because that essentially became an origin story of sorts for X and Magneto.
Yeah.
So First Class, is that with
John McAvoy and Michael Fassbender?
Michael Fassbender. Does that have
and J-Law?
Whatchamacallit, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart at all?
No, I think they come back for Days of Future Past.
Okay. Interesting. Huh, I thought Days of Future Past happened before that.
Nope.
All right. Well, First Class was the bottom of my list when we started this.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it way in comparison to this.
So First Class, I was thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
I think this is the one that I said, remember I was dating a girl who wanted to watch him and I fell asleep during a lot of it?
Uh-huh.
I think I straight fell asleep during First Class.
Yeah.
This might not be the one that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So, who's to say?
I did not like this movie when I watched it. The bar is set pretty low now, though.
Yeah. I honestly cannot believe how bad this movie was. I thought Phil was being just a jerk and like, it's not going to be that bad. Like, it
was...
Boy.
I definitely still like better than I thought it would be, because you set the bar so low. But I'm like, I guess I'm sitting at like a 1 or 2 out of 10 or something right now.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how to rank it or how to rate it, just because I don't.
She's brutal, man.
You know what I mean?
We do not recommend this film for you or your family.
All right, join us next week when we watch Die Hard.
Thank you for bearing with us. Wait, what?
Please.
This is Taylor.
This was Phil. Like, comment, subscribe if either of those things strike your fancy. You can find us on Twitter at Home Brew Gaming. You can find me at The Real Philbo and Taylor at
Later Tater.
Woo!
Tayter.
Let us know if you liked it by liking it. Tell us about why with a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of it.
Yeah, we'll see you next week with
and ring
Xmen
that
First
bell
Class.
Notifications.
Whoop, whoop.
See you next week for Die Hard.
X-Men First Class.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.